G'day, today I'm going to talk about QUADLOCK suction windscreen / dash mounting systems and wireless heads and wireless charging cases. This is the version 2. I made a video about version 1 back in the day, so you can check them out up here. And yeah, let's rip into it. Now, I'm going to get most of the detriments out of this equation before I even start the video, because then you can decide whether you're going to invest time on this video or not. As far as I'm concerned, the detriment number 1 is the price. If you're new to the system and if you're getting a brand new system for your car, like I have, it's going to cost you around 140 bucks. So that is a massive detriment. But think about it this way, if you're using it every single day, multiple times a day, probably not going to be a detriment. That's what happened to me. That's why I went in and spent money on it, and I've got the system and I'm loving it, because I had the previous system for over 2 years, because I used it fair amount of time throughout those 2 years. My phone case, these stuff ran out of the grip, so I had to buy a new system. When I got the new system, I thought to myself, all right, I'm going to upgrade into the mag setup. So that's why I have the magnetic case, which I'm loving it at the moment. Now, in terms of price, that is a bit of a detriment. All right, I'm going to use it every single day. So if I divide it, like let's say I'm going to use it for 2 years, and that's going to be really small amount if I divide it in 600 or whatever the amount. And that's how I wrap my head around spending $140 on this particular product. But this is not for everyone, to be honest. This is for people who spend most of the time outdoors, riding bikes or driving around, stuff like that. Detriment number 2, since this case built to protect your phone and it has some neodymium magnets around the back, it will cost you a fair bit in terms of the weight. This will cost you around 50 grams, and that 50 grams is massive as far as I'm concerned, because these phones nowadays, my particular one weighs around 200 grams, and you put another 50 grams on top of it, that's going to be a massive weight that you have to carry around every day. Because there is other options out there that you can get, like from 20 grams, 30 grams, something like that. But this one going to cost you a fair bit in terms of the weight. And that is something I'm happy to put up with, and this will provide sort of a superior protection against my phone, because I use this every single day. If you see closely, there is heaps of dings and dents around the case, but none in the front or back of my phone. So it provided me superior protection, and it's always about the compromises, and then at the end of the day, benefits outweigh the consequences. I'm happy to put up with it. Let's talk about the detriment number 3, which is statics. And in terms of statics, you can't really change anything around it. It's just a black case, and the most you can do is if you get the mag case. This is only for mag case people. You can change this ring, and then you can put a different color ring on it, and that's going to cost you another $14. So that's a detriment number 3, because you can't really do any customization. If you like to have your phone case a bit fancy, I mean, this is not the video for you or the product for you. You should check something else out. Detriment number 4 is the compatibility, because QUADLOCK have their own ecosystem. So what that means is when you go in, you probably have to spend more money to get into that system for your motorbike, for your cycle, for your jet ski or the boat or whatever. And that's a bit of a detriment as well. Like, let's think about the RAM mounts, because they're universal. It doesn't really matter. Even if you've got a QUADLOCK case on your phone, you can stuck it in a RAM mount. But the problem is RAM mounts are a bit more popular in USA. In Australia, we love our QUADLOCKs. Is that a detriment? I mean, well, it is a detriment, of course, because you have to go into their ecosystem to get support. Like, let's say you have to buy a bike mount, and then you have to buy the boat mount and the caravan mount, all that stuff. But also they're providing superior products, so I wouldn't really mind to go into their ecosystem. I survived more than 4 years, but again, every few years they come up with a new product that you have to spend more money, stuff like that. But that is given with any other product out there. So those are the 4 detriments that I need to take out from the equation. And if you're still happy to give it a crack on this video. Hang around, I'll show you my setup and then how I use it and what's so good about it. Now you might think, how the hell are you gonna tell the difference between the old version and the new version? On my right hand, I have the old version. I'll show you up close in 2 secs, and this is the new version. The only way you're gonna see the difference of these two bad boys, if you can see this one, it has a bit of a bulging out on this bowl head, and there is no screw in the middle. On the other hand, the new version has a more robust ball joint, I would say, and there is a screw just going through here. That's how you change into different heads, the wireless charging head or mag head or standard head. Now, that's the difference between these two. Predominantly adhesion and the build material is pretty much same as far as I'm concerned. Now, let's say you got the older version and you want to get into the wireless mag head or wireless head or just the new the ball head. You can't really do that without buying this entire part. So what happened to me is I discarded the old version and went ahead with a brand new version because I use them every single day, and I've got 2 cars. So this is going to go on the old one with the regular head. And for my car, I've got it as the wireless and mag head version. It's going to cost you around $75–80 if you're getting it separately, but that's one of the things that you have to deal with if you're going across these systems. If I show you up in close this particular setup, this is the version 2, so you have to buy this part separately. So that is the wireless charging head slash mag head, and when you get in the normal version, you will get this bit and the normal what do you call them, I just put here, normal attachment point, and this is the upgraded version. There is no twist and turn when you plug the phone in. I'll show you in 2 secs. And yeah, this is the new version and still has this sort of gluish rubber mount, which provides you superior adhesion to the windscreen. When you get the wireless charging head, you will get this sucker as well. So this is around about 1.5 meters length of USB-A to USB-C cable, which is fantastic. USB-C always welcome in my ecosystem because I don't really have to flick through other cables because I've always got a USB-C cable in my system. As far as attachment goes, what I like to do is attach the phone to it first, and then I'm gonna find a really nice spot like that, just like so, and make sure not obstruct your field of vision, and then if you do that, that would be a problem. So I reckon this is a bit, I don't know, this is a bit too high. I'm gonna lower it down just a bit, just like so. Again, mount it to the phone, and I reckon that's a pretty solid spot to mount it. So now I'm gonna mount it, twist the thing, this knob down here, and then it will secure to the windscreen pretty nicely. Now, if you look closely, if I shake it, it's not gonna come off because of this rubber material down here. It's act as a bit of a dampener. What that means is when you're driving through those rough corrugated roads, it's not gonna fall on you. That is fantastic. Good work, QUADLOCK. If you've done a good job, if you look closely around here, you wouldn't see any bubbles around this area. If you see any bubbles, you probably have to go back and clean the windscreen just a bit with some alcohol wipes or whatever. Will give you a bit of a more cleaner surface to get onto. Now, this charging pad is a bit of a gimmick. That's something that I have to address as well, because this is not as fast as your regular plugged-in charger. You probably know about this before, but I wanted to let you know this thing would not gonna charge it super fast to your any phones, because at the moment the wireless charging is a bit limited. It will take, I reckon, about twice as much as you would get out of a normal plugged-in charger, but I wouldn't really mind about it. And then this sort of a feature, it always gets me. You just don't have to twist, push, nothing. It's just like bam, there. Again, bam, there. Not even looking at it directly. So that's a bit of a, that's a big advantage for me. And then if I always can go back to plug it in, if I need a bit of a quick charge. Now we're gonna do a bit of a off-road test, and I'm gonna drive on a bit of a corrugated patch of a road, see if if this is gonna come off.
Buddy, how you going?
Say good day.
How are you?
Not too bad. So as you can tell, I'm doing close to 50 k's an hour, and this road is fairly corrugated, and if you can see all the vibration throughout the screen, and no dramas whatsoever. Now, that's about it about the new wireless charging setup that I've got in the car. And you might ask, do you have to upgrade to the version 2? I don't think so, because if you got the previous version and if you don't really mind about those, the wireless component or the mag component, you can still use them. If the case is a bit worn out, you probably have to get a new case, but that's the only way around it. You have to get a case. If you use this quite often, the engineers have done a good job. They're not wearing this out. It's only wearing the phone part, the case part out. And I'll show you the case inside if you want to get a bit of a idea about what you're getting for $35, and I'll show you in 2 secs. Now, you maybe have to upgrade to version 2, I don't know. For me, that was a massive upgrade, and I'm loving the fact that I can like pull it out my phone and put it back in, boom, it's there. Now, here in New South Wales, touching the phone and driving is massive offense. If you're a full licensed driver, you can do it, but there is one condition: you have to attach to the car, and it has to be solidly mounted by manufactured product, apparently. So that's alone going to cost you $300 to $400 if you got caught, and 5 demerit points, and upwards to 10 demerit points if you're in a double demerit period. So that is a bit of a hectic scenario, and if you can solve that problem for $140, I'm gonna jump on it. That's where I'm coming in about these products. These are absolutely amazing. I tested them, that's the reason behind I'm actually doing this video, because I used them for a couple of years and I can trust on them, and they're fantastic. Now, I'm gonna wrap this video right here, and you should come around next week to see new surprise. I might have given away on this video, but there is a new surprise. There's a cool surprise next week. So I'll see you next week, and if you got any questions about these suckers, just let me know down in the comment section. Hit that bell icon and comment and like and subscribe like always. I'll see you around.